Welcome, everyone. Sheena, you want to offer a prayer for us?
Sure. Please bow your heads. Father, we thank you for the time that we have together this evening to do the business of Hardy County Schools. We thank you for the individuals we're going to be honoring this evening, our Service Person of the Year and Teacher of the Year, and the gifts and the talents that they bring to Hardy County Schools. God, we also thank you for our business partnerships, and we appreciate them, and we pray, Lord, that you just bless us and continue to help us be valuable assets to this community and a great place for our students to go to school. We thank you for your many blessings, and we ask that you help us to make good decisions this evening. Give us wisdom and discernment. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, next we have introductions. We'll start with you, if that's all right.
I'm Mike Lindale.
I'm Franny.
Christopher Hahn.
Emily Beck, Nikki Wolf, Jessica Markwood, Emily Morris, Marlene England,
Tom England.
Jennifer Stroderman,
Warren Staggers. Doug Hunt.
Sarah Earl,
Sean Collars.
Sheena Van Meter.
Melvin Shook.
Dixie Bean.
Janet Rose.
Roy Parker.
Okay, welcome, everyone. We have several presentations this evening. So the first on the list is recognition of business partners with East Hardy Elementary School.
Yeah, so we couldn't do what we do as a public school system without amazing business partnerships. And we have been really blessed over the years to have a lot of folks who support us in various ways financially and also by just giving opportunities to our students and providing resources to our school. So Mrs. Morris has been working on building her business partnerships, I guess, throughout the last couple of years. And she has added a few that we wanted to formally recognize this evening and celebrate that relationship. Would you like to introduce and highlight those for us for a minute?
Okay, sure. So I will first recognize Wordplay. And Wordplay, if you're not familiar, is a local bookstore in Wardensville. And they have done lots of things for our school. They brought in guest authors and illustrators, which is a really nice opportunity for our students. They've provided us with some books at different points, and they just are all around wonderful people, and we appreciate that partnership so much.
Do you want to present them? Thank you.
Yes.
Ooh, a picture too. Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, and our next one is Haas Health. And Mr. Hahn is here to represent Haas Health, and they are wonderful to work with as well. We have, their behavioral health and medical services in our school, which provides much needed assistance to our students. We really appreciate that. And most recently, they have sponsored shirts for our entire school to recognize our recent Leader in Me Lighthouse certification. And so all of us will be wearing some bright yellow shirts tomorrow, and we're excited to wear those and represent Haas Health as well. So thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it. And then my third one is not here this evening, but Pendleton Community Bank. They are a recent addition that has been very supportive of our school, and they are excited to get more involved with supporting our students and our school with different projects and things. So we also appreciate Pendleton Community Bank.
Thank you, Mrs. Morris, and Business Partnerships. We appreciate you guys coming. Thank you. Prisco. Thanks, guys.
Next up,
Thank you.
Next up, we have recognition of the county winners for Hardy County Teacher of the Year and the Hardy County Service Person of the Year.
Yeah. So this year we did things a little differently. We actually went around to each building and we recognized the school level winners and visited with them for a minute. And in most instances, we were able to give out the award in front of students, which was really nice. And then we surprised a couple of them by telling them that they were the county winners as well. Some of them were really surprised. Brantley's like, my mom was really surprised. So we have some amazing folks that are going to be representing Hardy County this year. And we'll start with our service person of the year, which was Miss Emily Beck. So congratulations. And I'll let, you want to take a photo? Oh, let Mrs. Markley do it. Okay. Wonderful. And before we go on, Mrs. Morris, would you like to share with us a few things about Emily?
Sure, I would love to. Emily is an ECAT in a kindergarten classroom, and throughout her day, you might find her instructing small groups of students, bringing someone who's hurt up to the nurse to get some assistance. She is just all around very encouraging and loving with her students. She's a wonderful support in the classroom. And, you know, you just walk in and she's one of those people who just anticipates needs, and she takes initiative and just always is smiling and happy. And she contributes to our school as a whole. She's on our culture action team. And I have also, you know, not only found her instructing students and things like that, but I've multiple times seen her up on a chair in the hallway and she's putting up some type of bulletin board or decoration. And she's really, really invested in our building and making sure that it is a great environment for our students. And I also really want to brag on her. This spring, the teacher that she works with was out on leave, and we did not secure a long-term substitute to take over a lot of the responsibilities that a teacher would. And you would never know that there was not an established teacher in that classroom, because she totally stepped up and just took initiative and did so many things that were not asked of her, because she wanted to make sure that those students had the best experience this spring. So she is a wonderful representative of Hardy County Schools, and we are very, very blessed to have her at East Hardy Elementary School.
Yay. And you're working on an elementary ed degree?
Yes.
So
I'm going back to finish my teaching certification this July.
wonderful, wonderful. We're happy. Very good, very good. Thank you. Don't go too far. You can sit down, but you got to eat cake first. Can't leave until you eat cake. And the other individual, which is our Teacher of the Year for Hardy County, is Mrs. Holly Lindale. And Mrs. Campbell, do you want to share with us a little bit about Mrs. Lindale?
Sure,
Yeah. I'm doing things out of order, aren't I? One more.
Thanks for saying something takes forever.
I know, those things are funny people. I tell you, what are you going to do?
It's got a good camera though.
So Miss Lindale, I've known her and worked with her on and off for about 14 years. As a teacher, a peer, delivering food boxes during COVID for students with EL needs, dodging milk cartons. And then also I've had the privilege of working as her supervising principal this year. She helps set up times for our students to go help at Moorfield Elementary School, to help in classrooms with teachers. She coordinates our Student of the Week. She coordinates almost every honor that we give out. She helps with our incentives when she's able to. She is in charge of our Grow Your Own program. Anytime that a student is in need of help with something, she is their go-to person, and she is the champion for any student in our school that has a need and needs some support. So I can't say enough good things for her. She's the most genuine, caring person I know. And and she completely deserves that honor, and I appreciate the county honoring her in this way.
Absolutely. So before we cut the cake, I would just like to recognize all of the school level folks who were nominated. For Moorfield Elementary, Alicia Reynolds is the Teacher of the Year, and Sandy Klein as the service person. For Moorfield Intermediate, Janae Billmeyer was the Teacher of the Year and Lacey Kuntz was the Service. Moorfield Middle, Rachel Williams was the teacher and Patty Smith was Service. Moorfield High School, Holly Lindale was the teacher and the service was Arno Ketterman. At East Hardy Elementary School, Megan Dispinette was the teacher and the service was Miss Emily Beck. And at East Hardy High School, Nicole Snyder was the teacher and Yvette Miller was service. The central office service person of the year was Thomas Grootman, and our bus operator of the year was Daniel Leatherman. So let's just give all of those folks a round of applause. It was a tough pool to fight your way out of because we had some amazing folks.
Can I just take a minute? Yeah, we talk. I just want to say thank you all for this opportunity. This county has given back so much. My husband was placed here in 2008, and I moved here not knowing a soul. And I was very blessed to be offered a job at Moorfield Elementary School and actually even worked with Mr. Harper at the intermediate school and Mrs. Markwood at the high school and Mrs. Campbell at the intermediate school. And I love the small town feel of Hardy County Schools and that my child is blessed to go to school here. I know, we have a lot of negative sometimes aspects that surround education, but from the moment I moved here, Hardy County Schools honestly welcomed me. And I know when I was at Moorfield Elementary School and had to leave, unfortunately, when my dad got sick, that was my family. They weren't just colleagues anymore. Same way at Moorfield High School. Education becomes your family, and I think that's really important. Sometimes the negative aspects of things kind of outshine, and I think it's really important to remember that the people that we connect with, and of course, my kids, and I get emotional because my seniors just left me, but what these kids bring to our life as teachers, I don't think anyone truly realizes that. And everything that I do, honestly, is for them. My dad was an educator for 32 years in Braxton County, and unfortunately, he is not here. But in short, the day that Dr. Van Meter came to present the award, I was giving the AP exam. And when she said some of us were shocked, I was starting to give the AP exam, and I got called up, and I'm like, did I do something wrong? Like, I'd carried the box from point A to B. We got the timer, the signs that I was like contemplating in my head. And coincidentally that morning, and I won't get emotional, that morning made 10 years since my dad had died. And we were all kind of struggling with that morning. So I had my little meltdown on my way to school in the car with Brantley, but got myself together because you're going in for the day.
He's like, yep, she did.
But you're going in for the day with your students, and we all have to do that. You might have a lot of personal issues at home, but they got a lot going on in their lives. And so I pulled myself together, went into school, got ready for the exam, and got called up. And I was like, oh gosh, Dr. Van Meter's here. Like, what in the world is going on? But in short, I was blessed with this award, and it was really just meant to be. My dad was my rock in my life, as many others at the high school level. And this award, honestly, is so special to me, not just to me, but because of him and everything that I do with the kids. I strive to only be half the educator that he was for 32 years at Braxton County High School. And I'm just so thankful for all these people. I know I've subbed a lot of East Hardy schools before I went full time, and I can't say enough about this county. And we're just truly blessed to be here. And I hope that I can represent us well, and we will see where we go from there. But thank you for this opportunity. Thank you.
You want to say anything?
I have been an ECAP for 4 years at East Hardy. I absolutely love my school, the environment that we have. Like she was saying, it is a family. We support each other. We try to strive to be the best versions of ourselves for our little ones. And my little people, I love them to death. When I got the award that day, Miss Morris, of course, had to ambush me in the hallway when I was bringing my kids back from specials, and they could not contain their excitement. So we got back to the classroom, they're screaming and hollering, and what made it the most important was one of my not so outgoing students came up to me and she gave me a hug. And she's like, wow, Miss Emily, because she wanted to hold my award. And she's like, you are awesome. You're the best teacher ever.
Aww.
And she's like, I hope one day I could be a teacher and be just like you. And she's like, I love you. And she's like, I don't want to go to first grade next year because I want to stay with you. And I'm like, at this point, not many people know yet, but I'm moving to first grade next year. So she may have me again, but it just made it that much more. And I am excited to stay at East Hardy. Miss Morris, she is the best support system. She hears all of our troubles, and I know some days it's overwhelming to her, especially at the end of the year. She's just, if we have a problem, we can go to her, or if we just need to talk, she is there for us. And just that family system. I've gained best friends, and I can't speak enough for East Hardy and Hardy County Schools. Like, you guys are there for us if we need you.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I told you we had two good ones. They've all had us in tears the last few weeks, but thank you all. Will you cut the cake for us, Sarah? We're going to proceed with our meeting. You guys, please eat cake, take cake with you. You're welcome to find, yeah, she's going to wash her hands, and then we'll all enjoy some cake. You're welcome to stay for the meeting or hang out, but thank you all very much for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you all so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's such an honor to be recognized by your peers. Really is. Okay, next we have student achievement.
I just wanted to update you guys on something that we're doing. We're working on piloting the iReady diagnostic in Hardy County. So in the past years, you've seen STAR data come through. And we decided that we wanted to try something that the rest of the state was using. There are 4 counties in the state that do not use the iReady diagnostic. We were one of them. And so we decided to just try the diagnostic. They're letting us do that at no charge for the diagnostic itself. So we just took through kindergarten through 8th grade. We took, in some instances, a class. Some schools chose to do everybody, but we had kids after they finished the GSA take that diagnostic just so we could get some sample data back. And very positive feedback on the process, on the reports that we get, and what that diagnostic looks like compared to the STAR data. So it looks as though the county will be moving towards that. If you remember, we've had iReady before, but the last time we had the whole package. We had the assessment, the the instructional pieces, the curriculum side of it. We would just be purchasing the diagnostic itself. So we won't be purchasing all of the stuff in between. And the cost is supposed to be very comparable. So I just wanted to let you know that. We'll get quotes and share all of that with you, but that's what's going on update-wise, and I wanted to let you know.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, next up is Jessica Markwood, going to tell us about CTE and technology updates.
So some updates with CTE. First and foremost, thank you for all that were able to come out and support our students at the awards ceremony that we had. We had over 200 individuals that were in attendance at that ceremony. That we celebrated over 103 students that had received completer recognition and or college credits, as well as their course at that ceremony, as well as had our National Technical Honor Society induction. So thank you for coming out. And if you weren't able to make it, just a quick recap. So we had 103 students that took their NOCTI, and out of those students, 39 earned the NOCTI college credit recommendation, which means when they sat for their end of year industry assessment, they scored at least in the top 80th percentile in order to earn those college credentials. We had 10 students that met the governor's workforce credential NOCTI cut score. That cut score is even higher than what their college credit cut score is required. And then out of all of those students, we had 4 that were the cream of the crop. They not only met the governor's workforce cut score in NOCTI, but they also passed 2 random drug tests throughout the year. They also had an attendance rate that was higher than 95% for their senior year. And those 4 students were awarded at their senior awards ceremony. And just want to give a special shout out to East Hardy High School's Addison Armentrout and Brooklyn Tennell, and Moorfield High School's Amelia Gagnon and Martina Nesselrode. So in addition, program-wise, last year we had over $62,000 that we could be attributed for the positive economic impact in Hardy County. This year, our positive economic impact through our CTE programs in Hardy County has raised fivefold to $317,000. Pretty great. Preliminary numbers are coming through for our accountability, and so far we have met all the marks that we need for 100% across the board. We are still waiting for those final numbers to come in for our students that are Hardy County enrolled but are attending South Branch, and we're looking forward to having the same success there.
They were higher this year.
Much.
Yeah.
Much. Across the board. So we're in good shape. So I'm gonna, any other thoughts, comments, concerns, CTE? Before I pivot. Yes, ma'am.
I enjoyed both ceremonies, the one at Northwood High School and the one at South Branch. The CTE students received a lot of good recognition, and I was proud to be there
Absolutely.
and cheer them on.
Thank you for coming. Yes, we had some highly decorated students that came through at both ceremonies
Right.
and programs.
Right.
It was excellent.
It was
Cords,
impressive.
stoles, sashes, medals. It was excellent.
Absolutely. I mean, all kinds of awards being given out, and proud kids
Yes,
and parents.
and parents and community. Thank you. Any other thoughts, questions, or concerns for CTE?
Sounds good.
Okay. All right, so we're going to pivot real quick and go into technology. So we applied for a cyber grant. That grant closed at the end of April. And if awarded, we'll be able to acquire a new Barracuda backup server, which is just going to put all of our server information online. So in the event if there's ever physical damage to our server systems at the central office, we'll still have a backup for everything to keep running. It also includes a Fortinet firewall, which has some ransomware and some antivirus options in it. And it also comes with a FortiFish package, which will allow us to send out some spoof spam phishing emails. And if we have individuals that are on our network that are clicking on those links or forwarding them, we'll be able to enroll them into a timely training for how to watch for spam, how to watch for phishing, how to watch for other things. So that way they're not compromising our network. We also are looking into hard drives for our active camera systems after having a conversation with the pro officers. We are also going to apply for the COPS grant. We are in the midst of doing that now. Emily submitted our application last week, and that is going to include new camera systems for our Moorfield Intermediate School, Moorfield Elementary School, as well as radios for the East Hardy campus, which would be the high school and elementary school. As Dr. Van Meter touched on, we had our end of year testing and piloting of iReady, and we had some benchmarks that came through. This year in our testing system, since we fully transitioned over to the iPads and keyboards, we are down 70% with tech tickets. So we're running more effectively and efficiently than ever before. Last year when we encountered an issue, it took about 7 days to visit all the schools, put a manual hands-on to boot up some of those MacBooks that were at the upper level. This time we were able to bring 1,400 devices back on board within an hour and a half. So the system is up. It's working. We have some additional changes that we're going to make to the system that we're tweaking and getting better each time. So this end of year, I know our tech staff will be happy to hear that they don't have to manually touch each of those devices for a reset now. We're able to do that from the central office and do a full refresh. So seniors that might have their devices that are issued to incoming freshmen will be able to do that much more quickly than what we've been able to in the past over summer. So any other thoughts, questions, or concerns on technology? Okay, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Do we have any public comments? Next up are the consent items.
Move to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the consent items. All those in favor? Aye. And it's approved 5-0. Under unfinished business, our first item is our budget update. It's attachment 7.
Expenditures of that object for April 30th, 2025. Not anything out of the ordinary. During that month, what we talked about earlier as far as the fund balance carry forward, will be up to 1.7 million. If you look at the monies remaining column, which is the fourth one going down, it shows almost 2.8 where we would be like if we stopped, today. However, that 837,000 down there in transfer will transfer over, which would leave us at like 1.9 million. So, kind of close to what we were talking about before. And if we would have to increase the carryover, what we cover food, child nutrition with, we had budgeted 522,000, I think it was, to cover them. What we had shown today, which was an estimate, showed around 750,000, which would be about a $200,000 difference, which would take that down to 1.7. So, I feel comfortable raising or increasing 1.2, which we had previously talked about, to 1.7 in the budget, if you guys are good with that. But that also kind of backs that number up as well.
Have you heard anything from the federal government about any cuts though since they abolished Department of Ed?
Just what we had seen in the Title I that we talked about today. But
Okay.
really most of the money comes from the state level. Granted, some of that does come from federal, but I think the majority of it, originally intended to be the middle, people between federal to state. Yeah, federal, the Title I's the big decrease that we've seen so far, which was 60,000, around 60, right? Around 60,000.
What programs are being affected by that?
That would be Title I, so that would be Jennifer.
We're still, now that we have amounts, we'll have to look at the budget and see which, don't know yet.
Oh, okay, okay, I mean, we'll find out later, but
Yeah, a lot of those funds, in her Title I project is for like the coach, the stat, the reading and math coaches, the Title I teachers at a couple of
Interventionists in the schools to help
interventionists,
with
applications, but yeah, the interventionists.
That
Couldn't
is
think of the
what,
word.
that's
Y'all
what
are
it
helping
is.
me out either.
We're just watching you.
I know, everybody's just looking at me, I'm like, the coaches, they right.
Better hang out.
Yeah, I don't know until we start doing the little number game
When will that take place?
by June 30th, because that's when it's all there in the system. We just got it in last week, so.
Okay, so you're still studying it.
Eat for 3 days.
Yes.
Do you have anything else?
I don't have anything else, unless anybody has a question about anything.
Anybody have any questions? Okay, next we move on to new business. The first item is approval of the operating budget for fiscal year 2026.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the operating budget for fiscal year 2026. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? It's approved 5-0. The next thing is the approval of the Board of Ed members' self-reflection. Have a motion and a second to approve the self-reflection. Any discussion? We did hand out our vision and mission statement. I noticed in the self-reflection that some weren't familiar with vision and our mission, and so I thought I would make sure that everybody had a copy. So all those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, and it's approved 5-0. Next up is the approval of social studies textbook adoption. It's attachment 8 in our packet.
Motion to approve.
Have a motion and a second to approve this textbook adoption. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And it's approved 5-0. Next up is approval of the pre-K textbook adoption, attachment 9.
Move to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the pre-K textbook adoption. Discussion? All those in favor? Aye. And it's approved 5-0. Next is approval of staff conflict of interest policy, GBS for first reading, attachment 10.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. And it's approved 5-0 for go out for first reading. Next up is Mr. Staggers for discussion of vaccinations.
Yes, ma'am. And just members of the board, this in my capacity as counsel for the board, and as I've gotten further into this, I think that it would be beneficial because this may lead to discussion of privileged information, that it may be better to have this discussion in an executive session.
Okay.
Attorney-client privilege, yeah.
Do we want to go in executive session now?
I think we should, yeah.
Okay.
Motion to go in executive session.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to go in executive session. All those in favor? And it's approved 5-0. Can we go in at 5:31?
I don't need, do you all need these two for anything further? Or actually, any of you that would want to go? If you want to leave. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks. You got that? Say what now?
Thank you,
Sarah.
What do you think?
Good job today. All those in favor?
Uh,
Aye. With no action taken. Okay, back in open session, we're discussing board member superintendent discussion. No action may be taken.
I would like to thank everybody for the marathon board meeting day we have had today, and I appreciate it. And thanks to Sarah for her hard work on the budget retreat. I thought it was a really fruitful day. And then I also passed out something that we received. I guess Mr. Shook and Mrs. Rose we were at the SBA training that was held, School Board Association training, I guess I should say, that was held earlier this year. And one of the things they gave us was a checklist for policy review. And I thought that maybe everyone would want that just to look over, to keep in your binders. Just when we are passing new policies, it had some really good points. And I thought some of those things were important for us to keep in mind as to why we pass policies and what they're required for. Is one of the major roles of a Board of Education is to pass appropriate policies. So I don't know. Did we give Lauren one of those? Did you get one of these? Okay, you might want that just for his role too. It's pretty handy. I think that's everything. I'll tell
Okay.
you if I remember
Any
something.
board members have anything? Okay, move on to future agenda items.
Policy that we just did first reading on, I guess that
Yeah, that's right.
will be next time.
Okay, announcements. Our next meeting's June 9th, here at the Board of Ed office at 5:00.
And that is our only meeting in June. I just wanted to remind everybody of that. We have the
Okay, yeah.
one meeting in June, and it is that June 9th meeting.
Next on our mission statements, accomplishments.
The girl from East Hardy noted her gold medalist at state track meeting for 100, would it be 100 meters? hurdle?
Yes.
Just 100.
100 now, yep.
Yeah,
Used to be 110s, now it's 100.
congratulations to her. I already mentioned the CTE and the South Branch certificate ceremonies, award ceremonies were, I thought, very well done.
They were.
And the MHS graduation, I was able to watch it. I'm thankful that I was able to see it. And she did a good job there.
Did you have Tucker Riddle? Did you teach him?
I'm sorry?
Tucker,
Did you
did you have
Tucker?
Tucker in school? Tucker Riddle on the speaker.
Yeah,
No.
I did.
No.
He did a good job. I was
I
really.
did
You
hear.
would have never thought, when he was in high school, he was so laid back and he never really put forth a lot of effort,
Huh.
but he did
Very
really.
talented.
I thought it was one of the
Come
better.
through.
It did over there.
Well, I know, but on the broadcast.
Oh, you were too far
away.
away, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah, it was,
It was,
and I
Yeah,
couldn't
he-
hear it, but I just know everything. just
Both
seemed to
graduations were
really
really.
Yeah, he did a
He
good
did.
job. Is he Joanne Sherman's son? No.
He's, his dad is Al Rigman. Is his mom, Hop Smith, Hiawatha Smith.
Okay. All right. Yeah, he.
Amanda
really did.
Brill.
Yeah.
That's Amanda Brill's brother then.
Yeah, it's Logan's.
Oh. Did not know that. Okay.
Yeah,
He was great.
A nice young man, and
Yeah.
he was sitting there, and Doug asked him, "Hey, come on, stand with us and shake the students' hands." And that's what he did. He after a kid or two, he stood up and did, and it was great. I
That's
think
great.
the students really liked that also.
That's wonderful.
So it was good. So,
I have a couple things.
okay.
I have a check from the Hardy County Commission to present to the Hardy County Board of Education for the music in schools, a $3,000 donation to split equally between Moorfield High School and East Hardy High School. So I'll give that to Mrs. Van Meter. if you
Wonderful.
would.
Thank you very much.
How nice.
Much appreciated.
I'll make sure that I'll get that back to them.
Yes.
We also attended the South Branch. It was good. There was 78 completers, I think. The sad part, 30 of them wasn't there. They didn't show up for the
Yeah,
certificate.
once again, that's what happened.
And it was a shame because it is a nice program that they have. Student of the Year up there, they had several from Hardy County, Eli Mathias from East Hardy, Jaden Wetzel from Moorfield High School, Tyler Miller from Moorfield High School, Chloe Miller from East Hardy High School, and Jared Baker from Moorfield High School. And also Citizen of the Year, they had Danica Smith from East Hardy High School and Austin Wolf from Moorfield High School. And I thought that was pretty good accomplishment to have all those students.
That is great. That's great.
And that's all I have. Thank you.
Okay, so
You'll thank the commission on our behalf.
I will indeed.
We'll do a thank you card too.
next we
Remember
move
that.
to personnel.
All right. Any need to go into executive session for anybody or we good on everything?
Everything's good.
Motion, I recommend, I was gonna make a motion. I recommend the approval of the personnel actions for May 27th as presented.
We have a motion and a second on the floor to approve the recommended personnel actions. All those in favor? Opposed? And they're approved 5-0.
Excited and disappointed with number 10. Excited for the school, disappointed for the carousel. Should be great.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor?
Ah.
Opposed? And it's approved 5-0, and we're adjourned at 5:57.